YouTube, it's Christine with Souls Rising, jumping on with some oracle messages for the sign of Leo. So if you have a Leo, sun, moon, or rising, stick around for your messages. I'm going to start with the oracle cards, and then we will jump over into the tarot. I like to use the tarot as a follow-up just for a little bit more depth and to add a little more flavor to the reading. So let's get started. Let's jump right in. If you guys are watching this and need a private reading, I do provide those, and you will find information on my website about how to go and set one up. All of that will be linked below in the description box of this video. These are collective messages, so take what resonates and leave anything that doesn't. They will apply differently to different folks watching this. So take them how they make sense for you and your situation. Okay, Leo. So we have a couple of cards here to start with. I have the Sun, or in this deck it is also known as the Center. Then we have Synergy. So this energy of things coming together, celebration, unity, everything gelling. And then we have Sekhmet, protection. Okay. And, sorry. And underneath that we have power. And I do feel like this is my Leos. I mean, look at the hair on this girl, fantastic, right? Leos are so known for having that fabulous mane of hair. And you know, this, I feel like with Leo, that's interesting. I just heard this is your sign. So if that might be specific for somebody out there watching this, but this is like stepping into your power. So this is my Leos really feeling good and feeling bold and really holding their own, knowing who you are and knowing that you have the power to do what you want to do, to make happen what you want to make happen. This girl's not sweating it. Like, I just see the look on her face. It's like she is confident and she knows what she's getting herself into. She knows what she's about to do, and she believes in it, and she believes in herself. Really strong, awesome card. And then we have reflection. Every time I look at this card too, I always see there's like a rainbow in front of this figure, but there's also like this rainbow on her back. It always looks like a sword to me. So there's this like sense of, I feel some of you I'm hearing are actually cutting your own path with that sword, almost like you're creating your own rainbows or charting your own course right now. And so maybe some of you are actually doing a little bit of reflection or soul searching as you're sort of deciding where to put your energy or how to proceed with something. And maybe are sort of having to carve out a way forward for yourselves that didn't previously exist. And then I have this card here, which is the card of welcome or Saul. Okay, and this is like the bringer of the sun. So this is a figure who rides in on the sun and then rides out for the winter time. So she rides in on the summer and rides out with the fall and winter. And this is a card of like bringing in, I'm hearing bringing joy, but it's also just bringing energy to things, feeling blessed. I really am pulled to the orange, like autumn colors with this too. So autumn may be significant for some of you this year. Maybe there's something you're planning and autumn is sort of a time frame or a timeline for you. And I also just heard bring a fire. So that may apply to somebody out there. I got this sense of like almost like passing through a ring of fire, or like you're about to pass through a ring of fire, but it's going to be okay and things are going to be better than expected on the other side. This card can also allude to travel and movement. Okay. So for some of you, this could be indicating that there's a time for something to move forward or to shift or change, coming in with that transition as we go from summer into autumn. And that is followed by the card literally of the sun god, Ra. Now this card says order. I don't really feel like order is what it's meaning in context with this reading. I feel like it's like you getting your stuff together. Like, I feel like this guy has a plan and he's like rolling up his sleeves and he's getting ready to get to work, and he's really serious about it, and he's really determined, and he knows where he's going. So remember, I was getting this thing about charting your course or charting a path. So I feel like here, this is where maybe some of you guys are, you're kind of really stepping into your power and charting this new path. And then here is like where you're like ready, like you're ready to start working on the plans, and that may not be coming in for, you know, another month or two yet, or it might be kind of happening over these next 2 months that you're sort of getting, you know, from that sort of charting the course to ready to roll with something, ready to take movement and action. I want to talk a little about the second card that came up. I didn't really talk about it before. Actually, I feel like it has two meanings here in this reading. The first is that I feel like happiness is assured. So I feel like there's protection around whatever this is that you're doing or that you're working on. It feels like there is this sense of like really good things that are being brought together or that are coming together right now for you guys is safe, and it's like being guarded or it's being protected. I also just love that this is such a powerful figure, and we have that card, you know, for you guys of power and being in your power and feeling like it's safe maybe to be in your power, and that may be coming up for some of you, like feeling safe to be powerful, feeling safe to be strong. The other way that I'm also getting with this card, the other way that I feel like it's meaning with this double meaning, is I keep seeing all this lightning cracking up here. Now that can be just energy and power coming to a situation, but, you know, like setting your soul on fire about something kind of thing. But I actually get like, things might not be perfect right now with all of this. So while we have, you know, the sun and we have synergy coming out here, things are coming together and ultimately in a really good way. That doesn't mean that everything in your life is clear right now. So there may be some storms happening in the background or headed your way, but know that you're being protected from them, okay? Because I feel like the way that these came out, you know, we have the sun, and then this synergy, and then this figure, hold on. This is the way they looked to me, okay? So we have this figure who, you know, all this bright stuff over here, and this figure who is protecting this sun, protecting this energy, this positive energy from whatever this drama or chaos is that is unfolding in the background. So the backdrop of your life right now might not feel like the best timing for this or the best time for something, but it is where it's about to be as we're kind of shifting seasons here. Feels like there's something important about that seasonal change that we're about to go through as we leave summer and enter autumn that is allowing you guys to really step it up. And you know, this time of year, I find like so many people, you know, it's back to school time, and I feel like we never really lose that. You know, it's always kind of the time of year when people tend to want to learn something new or tend to want to, you know, start new projects. Even when like I had like more of a desk job, like an office type job, like new things always came out in August, September. Like it was so typical. It's like we're just honed and conditioned around that. And so this kind of smacks of that energy a little bit here to me of like starting a fresh project, and maybe all the things that you would like to be exactly perfect or in place aren't quite there yet, or aren't exactly the way you would like it to look, but it's like it's still gonna go off without a hitch because there's protection. It's like even with the uncertainties maybe that you're facing right now, or the pieces that don't totally feel you know, perfectly laid out, it's still safe to celebrate this. It's still okay to let these good things come in and come together. So let's bump over to tarot. I want to dig into this a little bit deeper for my Leos. All right, Leo. So I definitely feel like this tarot part of this reading is adding clarity to some of what I was picking up on with the oracle cards. So the first two cards, we have the Nine of Cups, which is like the wish fulfillment card. It's like things kind of magically coming together, like so good you couldn't even dream it that way. Like just a little touch of magic with that little magical wand and the angel feathers, but it's like everything's in order. We're getting something we really want with this card. And then I've got the Strength card coming out after it. Look at this girl, man. She's like fierce. She's like facing down something, facing down this foe. I really feel like this is fear for a lot of my Leos out there. Okay. Notice how they're looking at each other. It's like, you know, this is like facing down an aspect of yourself. And it's not something outside of you. It's like something inside. Okay. And I really get, like, with these two cards, it's kind of that energy I was getting with Sekhmet here as well. It's like you guys have this really great thing that, like, you're sitting on or that's, like, about to come in for you. That's a wish fulfillment. And I hear, like, you can have everything that you want, everything that you desire right now that you've been looking to have. You can get what you want. But you're gonna have to really be courageous. You're gonna have to have courage and have strength to follow through with this. And it is gonna mean facing some fear, you guys. This is not going to be perfect or easy, but it is going to get you what you want. So the cards that came out under that, then, we have the Eight of Wands, which is like incoming energy, can represent messages, communications, phone calls, emails, that kind of stuff. All in all, it's just incoming energy. Then we have the Devil. Okay, so again, we have some shadow energy showing up. Like I said, with that Sekhmet card, it's like that sense of all isn't perfect. So there's definitely some shadow energy in the background and at play here. But it doesn't have to prevent you guys from getting that beautiful sunshiny energy. It doesn't have to prevent this wish fulfillment. And that's ultimately what I feel like is the heart of this message with this reading so far. And then we have Page of Wands. It's interesting. I heard like popping off. So there may be, it's almost like you are working on this, and then this energy feels like it's in the background or it's in the backdrop, and I actually just heard background noise. So it's almost like you have this great idea, you're going to start on it, you're going to do something, and then something pops off in the middle of you doing it, or starts popping off in the background that doesn't feel particularly positive, or almost serves as like, it could be a distraction from this, or it could cause you to like want to put it down and like refocus somewhere else. And I kind of get like, don't do that, because it's whatever this is, it's like it doesn't have to stop you from moving forward. It doesn't have to keep you from having things come together. Like your wish fulfillment is here, but it is going to mean that you have to really stand up to something, some energy that's coming in, or you're going to have to really hold your own with this. Like hold your own power and hold your own strength and face your own inner fears that might be cropping up as you're doing it. So something is coming up. It's interesting. I almost felt like this was a Page of Swords, but it's not. It is a Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands, again, speaks to this sense of like new adventure, right? Of like taking a risk or starting to get like a new itch, a new idea to like want to move forward in a new direction or a new way. I kind of feel like in this reading, though, it's sort of holding that space for that this might make you second guess something, or might make you almost feel like you should, you know, should I do this, or am I facing the right direction, or am I almost like should I take a different route to get there? And ultimately, I don't think you're meant to. I kind of feel like you're meant to stay the course with this. You're not supposed to get distracted. You're supposed to trust that you're safe and protected and hold your own power through this change, okay? So even in the backdrop of mighty change, or of things really kind of crashing and burning, or something kind of coming down, or cataclysm, or something feeling like it's not the way you would like it to be ideally in the backdrop, it can still go off without a hitch, okay? Things can still go off without a hitch. And even here, so then I have underneath that, we have 7 of Pentacles, planting the seeds. I feel like this is you guys planting the seeds for this new garden. You have all these new ideas. I feel like you're nurturing them. You're getting everything ready, preparing yourself, okay? There may even be some things you already planted that you're actually able to harvest, because I'm getting both the energy of planting and the energy of harvesting with this. So maybe even almost like a little bit of both happening at one time. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is like breaking through. And I really feel like for you guys, this is breaking through these barriers of change, okay? And again, look at the lightning on this card. It's like this stormy change period. I feel like you guys are going through a personal storm where like maybe there's more than one thing changing in your life at one time, or change it's sort of coming in like a lightning bolt and shaking the ground with, you know, the thunder and lightning of this storm. But you're sort of holding steady with the Ace of Swords. You know what direction you're going. It's not changing just because there's some storminess around it. You're holding firm and clear with your vision, and that's how you get the crown, right? It's by staying in that power and not giving up and moving forward in spite of some craziness that might be unfolding in the background. I do feel like it's background noise though, you guys. Like, it doesn't feel like it's anything that has to stop you. It's just makes it maybe uncomfortable or makes you second guess or get in your head a little bit. And then we have the Emperor. Okay, the Emperor, you know, they build their empire, right? They're building something to last, to stand the test of time. I do feel like that's what you guys are doing. Like you're planting the seeds and you're building something that is going to bring you a harvest, that is going to, it's not meant to fall apart or just to last a short time. You're really building something meant to last, and something that you can really sort of stand firm and strong on. But there may be like this worry and fear with the 9 of Swords showing up right after it. Okay. And maybe some of you were just waking up to some of this fear. Like maybe you weren't even aware that you had some of this fear, and now it's starting to like rear its ugly head, or it's starting to come out of the shadows a little bit more for you. And I asked for clarity on that card, and I got the Queen of Swords. So I really feel like this is you putting an end to it. So whatever fear, anxiety that's getting triggered or coming up as you're making these changes to really improve your life, to really put something together in a better way, it's like you're gonna have to let go of fear. You're really being challenged to put an end to your fear about it. And that way you can really build this thing that is going to be bringing you wish fulfillment, it's bringing you what you want. Let's get a couple more cards for my Leos. Perfect. Okay. So we got the Perspective card, which is the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot. It has to do with like, I'm hearing timing for some people. So again, and I was picking that up with this read, that there's a little issue of timing, and some of you might second guess or start doubting the timing of what you're doing because of whatever is about to pop off. Don't, is what I get. Don't. Like, understand that everything's divinely timed, and it is still meant to be, okay? I don't think you're supposed to stop. Whatever this is, it's gonna create this disruption. I don't feel like you're supposed to stop because of it, okay? And right after that, I have the Tower. This is the thing that I'm picking up, this towery, stormy energy, like something kind of breaking up or falling apart in the background. What's funny is I kind of feel like that is the devil energy. That's the shadow energy. There's this. So, okay, so for some of you guys watching this, there may have been a shadow energy that was at play in the background for a while that you either haven't seen or been aware of, and it's almost like it's gonna make itself known, or it's gonna come, somebody's skeleton's about to come out the closet and cause a little bit of a breakdown. Now, for some of you, maybe this is your own thing that's coming out. Maybe you have your own skeleton that you are waking up to, okay? Maybe it's just starting to come out, make itself known, like I was getting with that 9 of Swords. But for others of you, maybe somebody else or something else, some other situation playing out that actually really isn't yours, but is maybe really connected around you. Okay, I just keep getting it. It's going to make you second guess yourself, or this is going to make you second guess something, and you're not supposed to. You're just not supposed to give up. Because then we have the Three of Wands, and I got it on its side, transitional coming in. Okay, so I really do feel like your ships can still come in. They're still coming in. And maybe for some of you, because of the way this is positioned, like right after these two cards, for some of you, this might not look like it's bringing in the change you want, but actually it is. So some of you, this storm that's kind of brewing in the background is actually gonna leverage some movement, or almost like it creates a tidal wave of change that helps move you forward, even though you maybe are looking at it when it first breaks and are like, oh no, what's this gonna do to me? Is this gonna ruin my plan? And I get, no, it's not. It actually might bring it in a little faster, even, is sort of the energy I get with that. I am being put to the boat that's on fire here. I gotta sit with that for a minute, because I feel like there's a reason I'm being shown the boat that's on fire. Some of you, that's interesting, I'm getting like Titanic energy. Some of you, it's like, you missed the boat on something, and maybe you've been like upset about it, and like, only to realize that you missed the boat, and the boat was the Titanic. And it was like the best thing that ever could have happened to you, okay? So maybe you're afraid that like something's getting away from you, or something is, you missed out on something, or something that you thought was gonna be really good, and maybe you didn't get in on it, or it didn't quite pan out the way you had hoped, actually wasn't as good as you thought. And it actually ends up kind of going down in flames, and it's actually for the best that you're safe on the shore, and it didn't work out, okay? I don't think this is the thing though that you've been planning, because I get like there's something better really coming together in the background here. So there is something really good, and I still don't feel like you're supposed to stop with your goal. Whatever you're working towards, or working and trying to make happen, I still feel like you're meant to. But it's like you're gonna get a helping hand. And maybe something doesn't work out in the midst of this, or something that goes sideways you thought was gonna help get you there, or was part of the plan, but that thing that gets burnt away is actually bringing in something better. It's gonna like make everything better, because the next two cards we got are Four of Swords, which is peace, rest and peace, and the Sun. Okay. And this is a calm mind too, you guys, the Four of Swords. It's that anxiety is gone. There's no need to be troubled in your mind anymore. There's no need to worry. We've shifted perspective, right? We've shifted our perspective. We've moved out of fear, and we've come to peace with our decision, or we've come to peace with now where things are headed or going. Okay? And that's bringing the Sun out. You're not meant to get stuck in fear. Whatever this is, even this thing that like is like the Titanic energy here, this sinking ship. And I still don't think this is your ship. I still feel like this is something in the background for most of my Leos watching this. It isn't even your freaking ship anyway. It's like someone else's ship or shit that is like on fire, okay? Don't worry about it, is like kind of what I get. You're meant to tear down your fear. You're not supposed to let it keep you hostage, okay? Can I get one more card? I just want one more card for the folks who have the burning ship. What's that about? Spirit, give me just like one or two more cards for that, please. So this isn't going to be for everybody, okay? Like I said, I think this Titanic energy isn't for everybody either, all right? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so Spirit's tying this together for me. I'm like trying to make sense, because I'll show you the three cards I got. When asked for what is this ship that's on fire, I got Two of Cups, relationship, partnership. The Lovers, I do feel like it's more of a romance, a relationship, that people that are in love together, because of this showing right after it. And also I'm hearing that it might be a karmic. So there may be a karmic relationship that is here. And then I got the Star, which is hope. But what was shown on this card was the firework, okay? And when I asked like why the firework, what I heard is, you know, some things burn hot and fast, and they burn out like a firework, okay? So there's something that might be breaking off, breaking away, going up in flames, that is actually a relationship, a lover's relationship, a love relationship that burns out. But ultimately, the reason it's the Star, I feel like while the relationship burns out, it's like it's at its end. It's like a natural conclusion, I'm hearing. It's meant to end, and that actually is opening up the door here to more hope. Something else can come in its place, okay? So there's something that may crash and burn or come down in the midst of whatever's going on here that actually, it's like closing out a karmic cycle, and it's actually meant to end. You know, this sparkler isn't supposed to stay on fire forever. It sparkles and it does its thing and it goes away. It goes out. The fire goes out, okay? And that's all right. I hear that's all right. Why I laughed when I was asking about what the hell, I'm like, okay, well, what the hell does that have to do with the Titanic, right? They're showing me the movie, The Titanic, and it's a love story, right? The reference of a love story. So there is something, and again, I mean, it could be for some of you, maybe it's you, maybe, you know, you have this new thing, new project, new thing that you're doing, you're growing, you're starting, and then maybe, you know, a relationship that you're in falls apart in the middle of it. And you feel like, oh my God, maybe I should put this on hold or put this on pause. But I don't think you're supposed to, okay? It's like whatever this is that's coming apart is part of opening a door to something better that's actually going to propel things forward in a better way, not put an end to them, okay? This isn't going to be a catastrophe because you're here. You're not on the Titanic. You're over here and you're fine and you're going to be fine. And what you've been working on, protected. Your wish fulfillment, protected. But you have to stay in a position of strength. And I'm hearing mental strength too for a lot of my Leos. Mental strength. You have to really be like this Queen of Swords and have your stuff together mentally to make this move, okay? Because it's not going to be without hardship, or it's not going to be without challenges. It is going to be something that requires a little mental gymnastics to move through and to not be distracted by whatever this little shadow energy is that's kind of coming into play. Whatever this is, you're stronger than it, Leo. You are stronger than that. And you're going to do this. You're going to get to the other side and you're still going to have your adventure, and it's going to be really beautiful. We have the sun, we have the star, we have the star and the sun in this reading. Like, it doesn't get better than that, okay? So yes, you have something really cool on the horizon coming together for you, but it requires you to be in your power, and it's going to challenge you around that power. It's going to challenge you to stay in that position of holding your power and committed to your course of action in order to move forward. So you guys are going to get a little bit of a curveball, and it may be a curveball in your own life that kind of causes a little disruption, makes you question things, or it may be a curveball coming out left field or hitting somebody around you or happening around you that just makes you kind of question the timing of things, or makes you kind of want to delay some things. And I get you're ultimately not supposed to let that fear shut this down. You're going to master your fear and you're going to move on and you're going to move forward. And understand that whatever this karmic thing is that's unfolding here, this relationship breakup that's happening, is ultimately leading to something better. It's crashing and burning to promote something you're trying to work on, or to actually grease the wheels a little bit. It's not going to hurt. If anything, for some of my Leos out there, it actually helps. It actually, in the long run, has the opposite effect, okay? So it could be that it allows a stronger partnership to come in and really solidify. Could be that it allows for, maybe somebody around you you've been stressing about, and this actually helps them to be in a better place where they have more peace and harmony in their life, and you don't have to worry about them so much. Maybe if this is you and this is your partnership or your love life, that maybe this partner that you are currently with, it wouldn't work well if you were to try to move forward with this. And so the universe takes care of it. The universe helps move it along and out of the way. But that doesn't mean that you're not still supposed to proceed with your own happiness, with this goal that you have been putting your effort in. Because I really feel like this is you guys pushing through it, okay? So you might be getting tossed and turned a bit, you know, as you try to move forward here. The waves are going to be, you know, a crashing, but you're going to make it to shore in the end. Just have to have that mental fortitude and the courage to keep going with whatever it is. So Leos, that is your message. Take care, guys. I'll be back in a few weeks with some more oracle messages. Bye.